I am excited today because I'm going to be getting my 4th tattoo. When I told my mom that I wanted to get a tattoo eventually in my life, I didn't think that I was going to get 4 tattoos ever, and that when I was about to get my 4th tattoo, I was already going to be planning my 5th tattoo. But that's where I am right now, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sabrina. I'm a human based in Argentina, and today we're just having a chill time. We are hanging out, and I'm going to tell you about the tattoo that I'm getting. But also, I want to talk about what I did before getting the tattoo. You see, I got my first tattoo when I was 20 years old. It was one here, hurt like a mother. It really did hurt. The tattoo artist tried to persuade me to have it on my back or on my legs or anywhere, but not the side of my ribs. And I was like, you know what? I cannot, because when I think about it, when I picture it, I just think about it on the side of my ribs, and like that's it. So I had to get it there, and it was really painful, and he had to be super kind to me and put like some anesthetic cream after he finished with the black part of it, because then he had to do the color. It was just a lot. It was very painful. Then I got this other one by a friend of mine. It's a little doggy paw, and it has like the initials of all of the dogs that I had until that moment. And then I adopted Troy, so I am missing Troy's initial here, but I got it by a friend of mine. I'm gonna link her Instagram below because she's cool, and if you're in Costa Rica, then you can go get a tattoo with her. But this was the second tattoo that I got. It was super cool. And then the third tattoo that I got is this one on my arm, and today I'm gonna get one on the other side of my arm. So yeah, I have been on a journey of getting different tattoos, but every time before getting the tattoo, I said I wanted to donate blood, just because donating blood is a good thing that you can do. And I think that everybody should donate blood, because honestly, it's not something that we think about very often. It's not something that many people consider in their day-to-day lives, because I believe it's just one of those wonders of modern day life that people simply take for granted. I think that donating blood and the wonderful things that are accomplished by people who actually donate blood and the lives that are saved is one of the wonders of modern life and modern technology that we very often take for granted. And I know this because I'm from Venezuela, and the health situation in Venezuela is so horrible, so bad, that anytime somebody needs to have a surgery, they first need to find blood donors who can contribute something before they can get the surgery. And many times, if the patients don't find the blood donors, they cannot get surgeries because nobody thinks about donating blood. And because of an abundance of situations that accumulate in Venezuela, right? All of the whole situation in Venezuela is like primed for people to have a difficult time when getting any sort of medical treatment. But like even beyond that, people don't think about donating blood if nobody asks them for that as a favor. Because a lot of the times what families and what patients do is that they go to their friends and family members. They go to their extended friends and family members and they say, hey, I need these favor because a member of my family needs a surgery, and they are asking us for blood donors. And people usually say yes. If it's within their ability, if it's within their capabilities, they say yes, but they need to be asked. I have never been asked to donate blood, but every time I was about to get a tattoo, I said, I want to donate blood. 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 And I always got a tattoo right before donating blood. And there is a period of time that you need to wait in between tattoos. It used to be that if you got a tattoo, you could never donate blood ever again. But now regulations have changed, and also like tattoo technology has changed. So it's a lot more permissive. So you have some places that make you wait only 6 months. The standard is a year between your last tattoo and you being able to donate blood. So I got this tattoo appointment about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I said, okay, I am a big girl now, so I should be able to find my way around donating blood by myself without anybody's help. And I want to donate blood before the tattoo, and I finally did it. I am actually very happy about the results. I'm actually very happy about how everything went down. It was super simple. I made an appointment for a Saturday morning. I went walking because, like I've said before, Buenos Aires is a very walkable city, and it was a 15-minute walk from my apartment. Center was super organized. It was really nice. I woke up late because I had some issues waking up. I was super tired from the day before, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't have any breakfast. And they were like, okay, go eat some cookies, drink some juice, and then you're good to go. When I got there, they made me fill out a form, but it was super nice. It was just about, hey, have you traveled anywhere? Have you been sick? Are you taking any medication? Etc. But nothing nothing that I would consider discriminatory. Then after you fill out the form, you do go and have like a very short session with the doctor, and the doctor asks you again just to confirm the answers from the form, and then just some things like in general about your sex life. For example, have you had in the last 12 months any unprotected sex? But it's a general question. It's not discriminatory in any way, or at least I didn't feel like it was discriminatory in any way. They also asked about drugs, and they were super open about recreational drugs as well. So no problem there. Afterwards, I went there. They extract about 500 milligrams of blood, I believe, and it's all super friendly. They show you the packages, how they're opening them from a sealed package, and then they take them to you, etc., etc. I was very proud of myself because I didn't get dizzy. I got up and I went out to have some more cookies and coffee after the procedure, and I was able to walk back home without any issues. I spent the entire day as if nothing had happened, except one time that because that same day I went shopping with a friend. I knelt down to see some clothes that were like on the bottom of the shelf, and when I got up, my lights almost went out. But I believe that's normal because I got up very fast and like I had just donated blood that day. My magnesium levels must have been down. Anyways, it was a very, very good experience. If you haven't thought about it before, I really, really do urge you or encourage you to think about it. I think it's one of the best things that we can do to send out good karma out into the world. You never know when you or your family members may need to have any blood transfusions or anything like that. So even if you don't know anybody who needs it, or even if you've never thought about it, like I urge you or encourage you to consider it. I think it's one of the most positive things out there in the world right now. Yes, there are a lot of negative things going on, but if you can just like send out a little bit of positive energy into the world without anybody telling you, and just so that you can feel better, because when you do good things, you attract good things and you feel good. There are good things out in the world. I'm a fortune cookie. I'm a freaking fortune cookie, apparently. I love feeling positive, and I love feeling like there's something in my control that can be positive. So if you want to contribute to the positive side of life, and if you want to contribute to positive things in the world, I think that donating blood is a very good way to go about that. So my tattoo, I'm gonna be telling you more about that when I come back, but right now I have to leave because otherwise I'm gonna be late. So bye. Love the city and its colors, even though you have weird sounds all around. And I'm already late for my tattoo, but I just had to stop for a little bit of water because summer is approaching, and I love spring, and I love the summer, and I love the sun and everything, but humidity is a thing in Buenos Aires, so you get sweaty very easily. But look at how beautiful the city is. You've got parks everywhere, you have greens everywhere, everything is just so nice and pretty. It's been officially 48 hours since I finished a tattoo, and I gotta say, this is my 4th tattoo, but none of the tattoos that I've gotten before have hurt quite like this. I think it might have a little bit to do with the fact that the artists were spoiling me a little bit, and one of them had an anesthetic cream that he put on after he finished the black part of the tattoo, so I didn't feel most of the color. And then the other one didn't have the anesthetic cream, but he did have an anesthetic type of spray that he put on my arm after finishing the dark part before starting the colors. But this dude was like, yeah, I got none of that. He was, don't get me wrong, he spoiled me as well. He was very, very nice, super nice, but he had nothing to help with the pain, and it was a 5-hour long session, more or less. Probably a little bit more or a little bit less, honestly. I'm not sure, but I was just laying down, like laying face down, because I had to extend the arm like this for him to be able to like do the piece. And it was a very uncomfortable position, honestly. We took like a 5-minute break after finishing the black part of it before getting to the colors, but all of my body was sore. But the piece is beautiful. The design that he made is absolutely beautiful. The thing about getting a tattoo is that I knew that it hurt. I know that things hurt a lot for me. My threshold for pain is really, really low, but this is still the 4th tattoo that I get. So I knew what I was getting into it. I knew what I was getting into when I decided to get another tattoo. So the thing about getting a tattoo is that you know it hurts like a mother, and it's not like you can back out in the middle of it, say like, okay, that's it, I got through to the middle of it, and I can back out. No, you really have to finish the tattoo, you really have to finish the piece, or you're just gonna have nonsense tattooed on your skin forever, basically. If you don't get a removal, of course, but still, who wants to get a removal of a fresh tattoo? Nobody. I was basically squirming on the table and it hurt, everything hurt. I had to tell him to actively ignore me, because if he actually paid attention to the fact that I was in a lot of pain, he would have never finished. But he was amazing, honestly, he's amazing. Now, for the concept of the tattoo, what did I tell him? It's funny because a lot of people say that, oh, your first tattoo is usually the one that people find it to be super, super meaningful. Like, oh, this is permanent, so it has to be really, really meaningful. And then the rest of the tattoos are like, yeah, I got an avocado because I like avocados and that's it. Just because they want to get another tattoo. And for me, the process has been quite the opposite. The first tattoo that I got was because, like, just because I just wanted to get a tattoo and I had some money and I was leaving the country and I was like, okay, it's a time for me to get a tattoo. What am I gonna get tattooed? I don't know. I saw this on the internet and I liked it. I'm gonna get tattooed that. And that was my first tattoo on the side of my ribs, which is one of the most painful places that you can decide to get a tattoo at. And that's where the guy actually used an anesthetic cream, bless his heart. And then the other tattoos that I've gotten, I've been like, okay, I got my first tattooed, I got that out of the way. If I want to get more tattoos, because I do want to get more tattoos, what are they going to be about? What kind of meaning am I going to give them? So the meaning behind my latest tattoo is that a lot of people tend to tell me that I am a very transparent person. It's very easy to figure out how I'm feeling, if I'm in a good mood, if I'm in a bad mood, if I like someone, if I dislike someone. It's very easy to tell. My best friend has known me since I was 13 years old. And ever since we met, she told me that one of the things that she liked about me the most was the fact that I am very transparent and that she hoped that that never changed. And apparently that has never changed. So I really do like that about me. I also decided to embrace that and kind of like have that in my tattoo. And I got it from the concept of wearing your heart on your sleeve. I like to feel my feelings. I am very transparent with my feelings and I like that about myself. So I decided to include that concept in my tattoo. I also told the artist, like usually with my previous tattoos, I would be like, oh, I like this. Can you make something similar? But for this guy, I told him, I have these concepts. Lilies are my favorite flowers. I have Siberian Huskies. My family back in Venezuela has Siberian Huskies. That was the first dog that I ever had. Maya is my Siberian Husky that I got when I was 15. Love her to death. And then I want the concept of wearing your heart on your sleeve in the tattoo. And I gave him free reign to design the piece however he wanted. He came up with a beautiful piece. This is the thing. This is a piece. So that's the piece. This is the tattoo. I really do love the artist that made this piece for me because I am in love with it. It's also a lot bigger than I expected it to be. I was not expecting it to be this big. When I gave him the measurements, I told him 7 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and that's like half of the tattoo that I actually got. And when I saw him, he was like, yeah, I designed the piece to go along with the shape of the part of the body that you wanted to get the tattoo on. And some of the details from the tattoo were just not going to work as well if it were that small. So I made it bigger. At first I was a little bit surprised by the price, but seeing the size that it is, it's really more than justified. And I'm just super really happy with the results. So yeah, even though he didn't explicitly use the concept of wearing your heart on your sleeve, my dogs are my life. All of my babies are literally my heart. So yeah, I am wearing my heart on my sleeve. I'm wearing my babies on my sleeve, and that is more than enough for me. That is the meaning that I want to give this tattoo, so that is the meaning that the tattoo has. Anyways, I'm gonna finish here today. That's the story about my 4th tattoo. Donate blood if you haven't thought about donating blood, because donating blood is just a nice thing to do, and it's one of the wonders of modern modern society. So why wouldn't you take the opportunity to donate blood? Anyways, if you liked this type of rambly sort of vlog video, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to experiment with new formats for my videos because I was preventing myself from actually doing things. Like, I was putting too many obstacles in my own way, and I'm just trying to give myself the try to have more laid back format and share things with you guys that I consider or that I think about every now and then. Let me know if you enjoyed, like the video if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can watch more videos like this one coming from me. Thank you, and bye-bye.